Hey everybody, how's it going? It's your man here, Gatorade5, and today I'm back with a 5-minute review where we look at a fan game in under 5 minutes. As always, remember that this is my completely subjective opinion. Let's get to it. Today, we're looking at Pokémon Bidoof version by Doctor1013 or FlamingPhoenix, who's also currently working on Pokémon Adventures, Red, Blue, and Green. Pokémon Bidoof version lets the player play as a Bidoof, where they have to complete a few tasks to be able to evolve into a Bibarel. Considering Doctor's lack of experience in fan games, this is quietly a great first game, even if it lacks some polish. The reason I say this game is quietly good is because I don't have much to input on the good aspects of it. So, even if most of this review is focused on areas of the game that I disliked, this game is overall good and most of my issues are nitpicks. However, something that I wouldn't consider a nitpick is the lack of quote-unquote running shoes. In my opinion, not being able to move at the pace of running shoes in any game for me is a big issue. I feel like a lot of the time I spent in this game was getting from point A to point B, and that's not a takeaway I want to have. I think another reason why I had this feeling was the absence of battles. I understand that Bidoof is not a trainer and trainers wouldn't treat it as such, but then consider the other way of looking at it. Bidoof is a wild Pokemon and could attack the trainers it chooses to, and some trainers could possibly attack the Bidoof wanting to catch it. This is just a nitpick, but I think it would have been interesting to have something like this in the game. Another nitpick I had was on some of the music included. Most of the time I had no qualms with it, but the slowed and pitched down music in the main city just didn't sit right with me. Again, this is a nitpick, but in general, I don't change the speed or pitch of a theme unless it has some significance with the story of the game. Let's move on to the few other topics that I haven't covered yet, starting with the graphics. The tile sets are default essentials, which I never hold an issue towards, and the Gen 8 project is used for Pokemon Overworlds, which is a fantastic resource. My only issue is the inclusion of Gen 4 and 5 Overworlds with the Gen 3 tile set, which has never stuck out to me as a bad thing, but I know it's a big no-no for graphics people. Next is the mapping. The mapping is the biggest thing in this game that fits the good but nothing to write home about description that I mentioned earlier. The mapping is high quality and there weren't any errors that I could find, but there also weren't any extra touches or accessories. But that's not a bad thing, especially considering this is Doctor's first game. It's something that I would expect from a more experienced developer. One of my highest praises I have for this game is its inclusion of flavor text and carefree style of dialogue. While I'm sure I didn't get many of the subtle references, being able to interact with almost everything and see unique dialogue for every NPC are both of some of my favorite things to see in a fan game. The intro especially had me laughing right away, and the game kept that momentum going for some time. Finally, let's look at the story. Overall, I think the game would have benefited from more exploration into Papa Doof's character, and doubly so considering the required plot character of father figure and the required plot point of betrayal. As it is, Papa Doof seems to just be the person telling the player where to go and what to do, and nothing past that. So it makes the betrayal come completely out of the blue and not in a good way. Exploring Papa Doof's character more would have allowed the player to think more about why Papa Doof has his opinion, and why all other Bidoof and Bibarel think the other way. My other nitpick about the story is that this evolution journey or process doesn't feel like it holds any gravitas. It just feels like another thing to do in a Bidoof's life, when it seems like it should be more important than that, though maybe I'm missing the point. Again, I want to emphasize that I really enjoyed playing this game, and it's a very good first game for Doctor, even if I focused more on things that I would have changed. I can't wait to see what Doctor has in store with Pokémon Adventures, Red, Green, and Blue, and I wish them the best of luck. As always, make sure to mock punch that like button, and of course subscribe if you have not. But I think that's it for today, everybody. This is Gatorade5 signing out. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have yourselves a good day.